Huh. I wonder what I should even do with those.
That's going up on YouTube tonight.
Welcome back to the Plays with Cars YouTube channel and another episode of Time Trial / Project Porsche. This is our 986 generation Porsche Boxster S that's been on the channel for the whole entirety of its existence. It was our first project car specifically for the channel, and we built it to do autocross with SCCA in the C Street class. That is no more, so we have ended that list, or that video collection. I've got a link that's probably going to pop up right there, that's got all the videos if you do want to see this car's transformation into a C Street autocrosser, going to national tour, and all of that good stuff. Now, however, it is a time trials build. We have our first time trial here in 10 days, and we've got some work to do. So if you watched our last Project Porsche video / first time trial video, you'll see that one of the things we had to do was change our rear tires. These rear tires, which were legal for C Street Autocross, are 275 3518 Bridgestone RE71Rs, and the specific class we are running in time trial, which is Sport 4, 265 is the max width, which happens to be the OE rear tire size when you have the optional 18s on the Boxster. So we ordered up a set of 265s from Tire Rack. I just got notification that they were delivered to our prep shop of choice. Shout out to PRE Racing in Portland, Oregon. Not sponsored. I pay them all my money, but they definitely take care of me. So Zach down there, he doesn't have room for the car right now, and you can see, well, it's rainy and crappy, and we don't want to leave it outside or any of that kind of stuff. What I'm going to do is actually zip these tires off. We're going to put them in Project Boost Wagon, and we're going to take them down to Portland tonight and have Zach swap over the tires on the wheels, bring it back up, and then we'll plop back on the car. Longtime viewers of the Project Porsche will remember that this wheel is actually a replacement in our set. Way back when we first got the car, the first season we were using it, we were actually driving around car lots looking for a new daily driver for Susie, and suddenly had a flat left rear. Thought we picked up a nail or a piece of glass or something, and pulled into a tire repair shop, and they took a look at it, and the tire was fine. Turned out that there was a crack in the wheel. It had previously been welded up and repaired, and well, that repair had failed. So I found one OE Porsche wheel, same part number on the back and everything, on eBay, and bought it and painted it and added it to the set. Alright, so with the wheels off, we can get a good look at what we got going on back here. You can see our off-the-shelf Koni Sport dampeners that are adjustable. They're really hard to adjust on the Boxster in the back because the top perch here actually lives underneath the deck lid thing that has all of the top stuff in it. So we have just left those alone. Rear brakes, these are the factory brakes. They are different pads, but they are factory pads. They're not the original to the car. This thing's got way too many miles for that. But you can see we got some new end links we'd put on when we started, but we've got the tiny little stock sway bar there, stock end links, fully stock exhausters, catalytic converter, and all that. Big old can muffler still. It is all factory back here except for the Koni drop-in shock, but should be good to go for time trials. So one thing we are going to have to watch out for is this particular CV axle, the passenger side one. The bolts up there, you can see them there on the flange. They like to come loose and come out. We had it happen a couple of times in autocross. We actually ended up Loctiting those suckers to make sure they stay. The next step from there would be to safety wire them like you do military aircraft. Alright, it's the next day and we are back at it. So last night we took the old wheels and tires down to Performance Race Engineering in Portland, Oregon, and got the new tires fitted up that we had ordered from Tire Rack. So these are the Kumo Exta V720s. I believe these have actually been discontinued and they have V730s now, but they were in stock and they were most importantly the size we needed, 265. That is the max width for our class. So we needed to make sure that we had those. So big shout out to Zach and the boys at PRE for getting them mounted and balanced for us nice and fast. And now we're going to go ahead and pull these out of the boost wagon and get them onto the Porsche. Alright, so I've cleaned things up a little bit down here. Obviously this is no show card. I'm not trying to make it look pretty. What I'm trying to do is make sure I can visibly and easily identify any issues that happen while we are on track, while we're doing the event. So make sure the brake calipers are cleaned up, the rotors are cleaned up, the struts are cleaned up, and just that there's no visible grease or anything going on. So if I do see anything, I know that it's new, it's a development that is part of the racing, and I need to assess whether or not there's something I need to fix or if I just need to call it a day on the track. So I made sure everything was cleaned up from the grease and stuff and was easily identifiable. Checked on my rear pads, they're looking really nice. Made sure my spacer here was cleaned up and all that stuff, and got the wheels ready to bolt on. I actually have the first one already all back on and mounted, so all that's looking nice. Get the other one on there and put her down on the ground, and then we can start addressing the other things. Alright, we are to the final step, which is torquing the lug nuts on the wheels. So anytime you take a wheel on or off, you have to torque the lug nuts using a torque wrench. That is not Ugga-Duggas, that is a torque wrench. This particular torque wrench is a mechanical clicks type, and it is currently set at 120 foot-pounds, and just like the name implies, it will click when you reach that torque. Alright, so that one was already torqued. We'll go down to one that isn't torqued. I can show you just how far you move it. So as soon as it makes the click, you stop and let up. I've seen people crank on these and go 10, 15 plus degrees beyond where it's torqued because they're cranking down on it so hard. You want to sneak up to it. So, 5-lug cars like this, you want to go a star pattern, go every other lug, just to help make the clamping load nice and equal and don't end up with any funny business. So what I'll do is make sure these are all torqued, and then I will go for a drive, and then I will torque them again. And then I will put the torque wrench in the car and bring it with me to the event and torque them before every session. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode. We've got the new tires back on the car. We are now legal for our class. We've got 265 or less all the way around. Nice fresh rubber on the car, 200 treadwear ready to go. So, as of this filming, I've got 7 days until my first time trial event, so let's see what I can accomplish in between now and then. Definitely going to do the front brakes on it and the oil change. We'll see what else we accomplish from there, but definitely going to give the car a good once-over to make sure I've got as many things handled as I possibly can so that I can concentrate just on driving the track, which is the whole point of an event like that. So thanks for joining us on this one. Stay tuned for more episodes of Project Time Trial, and we'll see you in the next one.